Welcome to Death and Aliens, an in-depth look at horror and sci-fi TV from two friends who vaguely know what they're doing. I'm MK.
And I'm Courtney.
And Courtney, how are you?
I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. Um, this is my first official week not being in the office, which is great.
Love that.
I have not slowed down, but it did allow for me to take a nap today, which was really wonderful and necessary.
Yeah.
Because it was a very long weekend. Good, but long.
Yeah.
I did, Friday I worked for like 10 hours. And then was supposed to join movie night and fell asleep as I always do before the movie ended.
Hmm.
So I've seen like 75% of like five movies now. Because I just keep falling asleep. I try my best and then it doesn't work. And we're watching Die Hard for our Christmas movie because it's still December where we are.
Yeah.
Um, because I've not actually seen it, and now I've seen 75% of it.
I
Um,
also have not actually seen it, but I told Dan that I don't think I need to see it because all I know, I said I don't really know what there is to watch. Bruce Willis is a badass and Alan Rickman falls off a building and it's sort of about Christmas. And I said, so like that's the whole movie. And he
yeah.
got very, very angry at me.
I mean, that is kind of the movie, but I do like it. I would probably finish watching it one day. Um, and so I watched it this Saturday. Um, we were supposed to go get nails done and then go to Krampus. Um, but we had to go look for the baby shoes, so we went shopping for 4 hours instead. And then we went and got our nails done.
Huzzah.
And they did actual designs. And
Nice.
we've asked them before, and they were like, "We don't do that." And I was like, "Okay, cool, no problem. It's super cheap. It's fine that you don't do designs." Um, but then we asked again. Rachel was like, "Well, we'll ask when we get there. Maybe they could just put us with the right people." It's
Yeah.
like, okay. So we asked, and they were like, "Yeah, yeah, we can do that totally." I'm just like, okay. Um, but my nail lady got super mad at me because she was doing my nails and then she like started shaping them and like I didn't realize it because
Yeah.
I had been shopping all day. And then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I need these shorter because when they'd grown out like crazy amount. They'd grown out a
Yeah.
crazy amount. Like I thought I was gonna have to get new nails as opposed to a refill. That's how bad it had gotten. And she didn't like cut them or ask me if I wanted them cut, which they normally do, especially if I'm not
Yeah.
paying attention. They'll be like, "Do you want these trimmed?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes, please."
Yeah. No,
And she did
every
not.
time I've ever gotten my nails done, they ask me if I want them cut.
Yeah. And she didn't, and I wasn't paying attention. And then she was like almost started shaping them, and I was like, "Oh, I need these cut. Like I need these shorter." And she got mad at me. She always gets mad at me, but she is probably the best nail tech in that whole place. Like she always does an amazing job.
Yeah.
And like Rachel's guy did like a stamp on the nails, and he's really good, and I love him. He's very nice.
Yeah.
He always charges a little bit less. But Rachel, so like hers look really good too, but they're like stamps, and she like freehanded mine, and it
Yeah.
just looks amazing. And so like she's truly the probably the best person in there, but sometimes she's a little mean. And she does charge more. And I've had her multiple times, and she just charges me something different every time, and I definitely think she knows me. Like I've been there every month for a
Right.
while.
Yeah.
Um, specifically for the last year and a half, almost 2 years. But I also
I
was going there 10 years ago. Like,
I haven't been back to get my nails done since when I did them
mhm.
before I left for my honeymoon. And like and I won't be back for a while. And
No,
I hope my nail guy doesn't forget me.
nah. I think Sydney still remembered us, and like I had been there in like 2 or 3 years. But I used to go like every 6 weeks religiously when I lived here.
Yeah.
And then when I moved back, we went every month. And so like and I would come back like once a year usually and do nails here.
Yeah.
Like, so like I
Yeah.
think, and she owns it. It's her place, like it's her nail salon. She's been there for ages.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I got that done, and then because everything got pushed by, we were really late to everything. But then we got Rachel dropped me off at Krampus because New Orleans Nightmare they does the haunted house every year,
Mm,
does one weekend of Krampus.
nice.
And it's so much fun. And so I went with Kirsten, and we met up with our friend Amanda and her kid, and we did that and had like Applebee's for dinner. And then Sunday was football all day. And it was just like going, going, going. And then I got up this morning and watched Pretty Dreadful, and then had 3 hours of interviews, and then did my notes for Pretty Dreadful, and then just like crashed. Like, I'm still not sure what day it is. And I've been awake at least for like 2 hours now, an hour and a half, an hour. I've been awake for an hour. Um, but like, so I'm tired, but everything's fine. I'm just really hoping I'm gonna get this job because I'm stressed about it. I'm okay if I don't get it. I just want it.
Yeah.
And so like if I don't get it, I'll survive. I have work, like I have stuff I'm doing. I can start applying other places, but like this is the one I want. It's the one I've wanted for like 5 years. So it'd be really great if I could actually get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how are you?
I am good. I also feel like I had a really busy weekend, and then I remembered that on Saturday I was supposed to do things, but I didn't. So it wasn't as
Mm,
busy as I thought it was looking back.
amazing.
Um, I just wasn't feeling great, and Dan had a concert, and it was like time for us to get ready to go to the concert, and I was like, "Hey," and he was like, "No, it's fine." I was like, "No, I will." I wasn't crying. I was like, "I'm the worst. I don't support you." He was like, "Stay here. Like, it's okay." I was like, "Okay." But Friday, I also had a movie night. We had our annual Christmas Hallmark movie night. All the
Oh
girls.
yeah.
We do it every year. It's all the girls in Dan's family. So it's the only
Hmm.
time I really hang out with his sisters without him. Um, and it's fun. But this year we watched for our Hallmark movie of choice. We watched Holiday Touchdown, A Bill's Love Story.
Okay, I have a complaint. It's only on the Hallmark Channel.
It is only on the Hallmark Channel,
I
and it's
have to do this like I have to do the free trial for 7 days or whatever to watch it. I was gonna
yeah.
watch it last Saturday.
And unfortunately, last year when we watched the Hallmark movie, it was so good that we all immediately went on Amazon and bought said Hallmark movie on DVD
Hmm.
because we loved it so much. We went to do that today, and it is also not available on DVD.
No, it's only on the Hallmark Channel. That is
No.
it. Because I was like, I'm not paying for the streaming service. I'll just buy it. Like, it's fine.
Right.
No, you have to pay for Hallmark to watch this stupid movie.
Yeah.
So, but my friend's an extra in it, so I want to see if she's in it.
It's very good. I mean, I knew a lot of people in it, but obviously it was filmed
Sure.
here, so um
Yeah.
uh in fact, there's actually one person in the movie that I thought I knew, and then it turns out he just had a really familiar looking face.
Does he look
I
like Andy Grammer?
no,
Because my
he
friend's husband looks like Andy Grammer. He said,
oh, no, no, no. It was the guy who played Santa Claus in the movie. And the whole time I was like, that must be a local guy. I know that guy. No, I don't. He's not local. I've just seen him that many times. Because you know how Hallmark actors all just kind of look like normal people?
yeah. Well, and they
Yeah.
use the same normal people looking actors in all their
Yes, all
Hallmark
the time.
movies.
So
Yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
So I thought this was a Buffalo person that I recognized. It was just a Hallmark person that I
Yeah,
recognized.
yeah, yeah. And that's
Um,
the thing is like I'm not watching a lot of Hallmark movies. Like I'm watching a lot of Hallmark-esque movies, but I'm watching on
right.
like Netflix because I already have Netflix. I'm watching on like,
Yeah,
Disney because I already have Disney. So I'm getting the vibe, but I just there's 0% of me. I need them to partner with someone and put their movies on a service because
I
I
know.
cannot. I cannot pay for
You
another
can,
service.
well, I was gonna say you can add a Hallmark extension to your
Like
Amazon
Amazon.
Prime.
But
Um,
you still have to pay for it separate.
correct.
No,
Um,
we're not doing all that.
um,
I'm gonna get the free trial on like Monday, and then when my mom's in town, we can watch Hallmark,
Perfect.
and then
What is
cancel it when
this?
she leaves.
Um, my favorite thing is that Steve Sharippa is in this movie.
I have to
Um,
look up his face.
you know him. He is in Blue Bloods. He is in the American, like he plays your like
Ah, yes, 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 yes.
stereotypical
I love
American.
him.
I love him. He's in this
Yes, me
movie
too.
and he just makes me laugh the whole time. He's unhinged. It's amazing. It was so good. And there are so many Buffalo cameos, like in terms of like stores and like local like brands and stuff and like phrases that are very local. But then also like there's a lot of Bills players in the movie. because it's a Buffalo Bills movie, obviously, and it's like the perfect amount of like cheesy, good Hallmark movie. Like it would never win an award, but it's not
Sure.
bad. Like, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, so
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
not expecting greatness in
no, but
this
hey,
film.
here's the thing.
I just
I feel like there's three tiers of Hallmark movies. There is
mhm,
the this is absolute trash. Why does Hallmark be allowed to make
sure.
movies? There's the um I lied. There's four tiers. There's the absolute trash. Then there's the this is watchable, but I wouldn't call it a good
Yeah.
movie. Then there's the this is actually a pretty good movie compared to most Hallmark movies. Like it would never be playing in the movie.
Yes.
It would never be playing in the movie theater, but it's not just watchable, it's enjoyable.
Hmm.
And then there's the very, very few that are actually
Oh, this looks like a real movie.
like right, exactly.
Yeah.
The Bills movie is definitely a tier three, not a tier four.
Hmm.
Last
That's good
year,
news.
the one we watched was a tier four. And so we were all
Mm.
like, what are we supposed to do to follow up? But the Bills is definitely a tier three. It's most of the ones we watch are tier twos, but
Sure. I
this
mean,
one
that
wasn't
is most Hallmark.
correct.
So,
But it was very good. It was very enjoyable. It's funny because some of the players that are in it are very recognizable, like
hmm.
very famous, very recognizable. Um, However, I was the only football person watching the movie. No,
Yeah.
like Dan's cousins know like football, like they watch the Bills, but they like don't know the
Yeah.
players the way Dan and I know the players.
Sure.
But so like I was just like every time I was like, he, I know. And of course,
I love that.
I have met a lot of the Bills players because when
Hmm.
they come to Shays, they come backstage. So like I've also
Hmm.
like met some of them. So I was like, no, but like I actually know him.
That's how I
Um,
feel with the Saints players when they're like different stuff like that. Because
yeah,
when we've gone to some of the like Saints like practice squad and stuff, they like come and
yeah,
talk to people and like some are like just local New Orleans guys who have been here forever. So like if you've
yeah.
lived in New Orleans, you know them and you've seen them in town. Like
Right, right,
it's
right.
stuff like that. So
Yeah, I mean, and like
I
the
don't know.
Bill,
I'm wondering how many I'll pick up on because like I recognize some Bills players too. Like
yeah,
obviously I see them mostly padded up, but like
right.
I
I
catch
mean, and there are
TikToks and stuff.
right, and there are some that are very like very present in the community. Like they do things in the
Mhm.
community. And Buffalo like people are Buffalo people, like they are, but like there's something different about like meeting them at an event where they are on
Yeah,
versus like when I met Deion Dawkins, it wasn't at a charity event, despite the fact that almost everyone in Buffalo ever has met this man at a charity event. I didn't
yeah.
meet him at a charity event. I met him with his wife, like hanging out. So
Fair.
like being himself, not being a celebrity. So
Nick met Cam Jordan at Costco. So like,
right,
yeah.
right. Like, and it's like those kind of like I feel like I feel like I know them differently than people who just like have met them. Even though
Hmm.
like I'm not gonna like text him. We're not friends.
Sure,
Like
sure. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not what I'm saying. But
Right.
like I've seen him when he's not on.
On. Yeah.
Yeah. Um
Someone who's worked in entertainment for years. Yeah.
yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
It's very different. Um so which it's so funny when people find out the people that I don't like that I've met at Shays. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. They're not a real they're not a real person.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um,
What are you drinking?
Cranberry ginger ale.
I was like, that's very red.
It's very red. The holiday cranberry ginger ale, like that Canada Dry does, that only comes out in the
Hmm.
winter. I think I've had nothing to drink for the last 2 months except that. And when it gets discontinued because winter is over, I might actually go through like physical withdrawal.
Yeah, I think that's like all Rachel drank last holiday, and Nick loves them. So
Yeah,
I'm not a
it's
huge ginger ale person.
see,
It's
I'm not
fine.
either.
We
I
like a
hate.
sweet drink.
See, I'm
So
not
like,
either. I don't like ginger ale. But ginger is good for your tummy, and I can't taste the
hmm,
ginger in this version.
yeah, that's
So,
fair.
so
That's fair. I just get the ginger juice because um, I don't want a cranberry drink either. But I mean, I don't drink a lot of cranberry drinks. Like, I'll
yeah.
have like a sip of like a cranberry vodka, but like, or like
Yeah.
your what is it, cranberry Jameson? Is that the one you got?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My cranberry
Yeah,
Jamesons
I'll have
are
like a
delicious.
sip, but like I can't. Everything is too sweet for me anymore these
That's
days.
true.
Like, give me a milkshake or give me like no flavor. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, everything's
Like
too
your
sweet for me.
lettuce.
I've stopped. I used to take my Tim Hortons coffees double double, um, which I can't anymore. I have to do two cream, one sugar. I can't do two sugars anymore.
Yeah, I was so stoked because like we got like the naughty bundle at so you get like glowing horns instead of like glowing halo for the Krampus night, and it comes with a specialty cocktail, and usually they're like so like last year, which they also did this year. They do like a butterbeer cocktail, and I had a sip of it last year, and I was like, I
Would
feel
rather
like
die.
I can't. I would rather die.
Yeah.
And so we got it there. I was like, I hope that this one is different, or that they like have a couple options. And she was like, you can have whatever you want. I was like,
Thank you.
whatever I want, and she was
Thank you,
like, I was like
Jesus.
vodka soda? And she was like, yeah. I was like, amazing.
Thank
That's,
you.
thank you. Don't put any sugar in that. Just put vodka
Yeah.
and soda, and I will be on my way. Don't, I will not bother you ever again.
Ever again.
Uh,
Yeah, but
pretty miracle.
yesterday I worked, but
Mhm.
so that was my busy, but it was fine. Whatever. It was
What show?
White Christmas.
Mm,
It was a
that's
local
nice.
production, but it was White Christmas. It was cute. They did a really good job. It was at the small theater where so I like everybody there. So I just like hung out. My friend who works there, his son has Down syndrome, and sometimes
Mhm.
he can't get like care for his son, so his son comes and hangs out backstage like during the shows.
Oh, that's
And
fun.
like so I hang out with his son backstage all the time, and like so yesterday me and Peyton, my friend with Down syndrome, we just watched the Bills game at work. That's all I did yesterday.
Nice.
So it was nice. So but yeah, so I'm okay. Just yeah, like Courtney said, for us it is still December. I have 4 more days of work school before Christmas break, and I will be a much better person after that.
Yeah, same.
Because it also
I'll be a
snowed.
better person after today.
It snowed a lot today, and people, every single time it snows, people apparently forget how to drive in Buffalo. And to be fair, I don't necessarily blame everyone because when you leave work right at the highest point of the snow and they haven't plowed the roads yet, it is actually like pretty rough. That was my life today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that
but
is a tough time.
the city of Buffalo might have a snow day today or tomorrow. I will not. But
You're not the city of Buffalo,
no,
right?
I'm too far north. And I'm watching the radar and the snow band is drifting the wrong way. So, but snow day predictor um says what? Where's the this is not the site. The snow day calculator. It gives me the percentage of chance. So my zip code, no, we've had 0 snow days so far this year. And
Hmm.
um so there's a 34% chance. Um,
So Dan gets a snow day. Dan's Buffalo, right?
no, Dan and I
Or
are
is
in this.
Doug?
Doug is, but Dan and I are in the same
Doug is Buffalo.
district. Dan and I are in the same district.
Gotcha.
His is a private school, but it closes when my district closes. So, um, because my district does the busing for his private school. So, we
Hmm.
will never not have a snow day together, which is nice.
That's nice. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's nice.
but unfortunately, it will not be tomorrow.
Hmm.
So, but since I am going to be stuck going to work tomorrow, can you give me some words of encouragement to get me through the day?
Absolutely. I've got just the thing for you. Um,
Perfect.
the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt.
Lovely. Beautiful.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was going to pull this picture, like I was going to pull up my screenshots, and my phone made me an album of CC and Ezra. And I was looking through it, so
Cute.
I got distracted.
Cute. Um, Today we are going to be talking about Stargate SG-1 Season 8, Episode 14. not 13. If you watched 13, please go back and watch 14 before you listen to this episode. It was called Full Alert. It premiered on Friday, February 11th, 2005, and was rated 7.5 stars. Um, we do have the same song and book as last week with our Atlantis episode, but the number one movie is Hitch.
Oh, that's another movie I haven't seen all the way through, but I've seen all of.
Yeah, I get that.
Like it's on the TV every day, I think, and
I
so
think
like I've
so.
definitely
I
seen the
think
whole
that might be
movie.
the movie that TBS plays the most of all movies.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
um, which honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that movie.
Me
It's not
either.
bad, but I'm not a huge fan of that
Mhm.
movie, except for the fact that I don't think I've ever actually hated anything Kevin James has done, even when I should hate
Mhm.
it.
That's fair, and I like Kevin James a lot, and I typically like Will Smith movies.
Yeah.
So like I don't have anything against the film, and isn't it like who is it? Is it Eva Longoria? Is
No, it's
the
Eva Mendes.
Eva Mendes, one of the
Yeah.
Evas. Like I like her too. Like it's all of people I like. I don't have anything against it, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not
It's
my like fave Will Smith by any
yeah.
means.
No, and it's not my favorite Kevin James because that would have
Mm.
to be Paul Blart Mall Cop. Just kidding.
Like that's a great. I've definitely seen that one all the way through. I think
Yeah.
I saw that. I think I saw one of those in theaters.
I definitely saw the
Um,
second one in theaters.
mhm.
Um, this episode was directed by Andy Makita, written by Joseph Malozzi and Paul Mully, and edited by Stein Meerstad. Um, so nothing new there. The star is the girl, I can't remember her name. What is her name? Um, Captain Voronakova.
And I was like,
The
it's not me that's gonna tell you.
No, the Russian girl, the Voronakova. She is played by Francoise Robertson, who is she's known for Supergirl, Riverdale, and Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency.
Oh, that's the show I think I started. Remember, I started it like a couple years ago, and I was like, I love this, and then forgot about it.
Yeah.
I need to go back and like
Um,
actually watch it.
she was born in London and grew up in Montreal. And she has a degree in health sciences and communication and accidentally fell into acting.
The
Uh,
best way.
yeah. But all of the shows that she's been on, like that are bigger shows, she's been in like one or two episodes. She's not super famous. And I did not find a social media for her. Um so we start this episode very weirdly not on base. Throws you off for a minute.
Yeah.
Um and it is Jack returning to his house from shopping, only to find his front door wide open, which is always fun. Um, and in his house, who is there but our dear best friend, former Vice President Robert Kinsey.
Dear something.
um, Jack calls the sheriff, but before he can have someone come arrest Kinsey, Kinsey's like, "Hey, I'm actually here to help you defeat the trust."
Wild.
Wild. We do know that Kinsey is always out for Kinsey, no matter what.
Mm.
And if the trust doesn't trust Kinsey anymore since he had to step down as vice president, um, it is in character for him to decide to backstab them. Um, but when can you ever trust Kinsey?
Never. You
Never.
cannot.
So they're back at SGC talking about what to do about this plan to defeat the trust. And Carter proposes that Kinsey meets the trust wearing a wire,
Hmm.
and they track him and they go to this big fancy house in the middle of nowhere. And he walks in and he meets these people who work for the trust. Um, oh, there's some trivia about their names. The three people in that room are named Wayne, Kent, and somebody else. But it's in reference to the DC superheroes, like it's Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, and but I don't think they ever actually tell us their names in the episode.
That's really cute though.
But it was really funny, and directors were all really excited about it. Um,
They
however,
do stuff like that all the time, and it
yeah,
always like throws me off because I forget that they do stuff like that until 2 seasons later when they do it again.
yeah. Um, so however, there's interference and it messes with the tracking of Kinsey. They run inside and find every single person gone. Um, so they suspect that the trust is in the cloaked Alcash and that they have changed the frequency of the cloaking of the Alcash to avoid detection. And Teal'c is sent to the Prometheus. Carter is working on a program to detect the Alcash, and Daniel is sent to Russia.
What a choice.
What a choice. Um, Kinsey did like inform them that the trust was probably working with the Russian government because the Russian government is like pissy that we're not really holding up our end of the deal with the Russian gate. So that's why he's sent to Russia. But it does kind of seem like there could be better ways to handle this.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
So and Jackson arrives in Moscow, and he meets his liaison officer, and we have a really unnecessary, awkward sexual tension scene with Daniel because, of course, we do. Um, I really did like this scene just because it focused on my favorite fact about Russian names that most people don't understand or realize. Um, and because he comes into the office looking for Captain Voronikov, Um, but there is no Captain Voronikov. There's Captain Voronikova because in Russian last names, your last name it tells your gender. Um,
Hmm.
so but most people don't realize that. They don't understand how that
And the things like
works.
they do that in a lot of different
Yeah.
languages, not ours, obviously, but like
Yeah.
a lot of other ones also do that.
Yeah. I think Russia is one of the only ones that like still solidly does it though. Like
Oh, really?
even to not
Okay.
today.
I
Because
didn't
they're
realize there were as many that didn't do it as
So
still.
there, I mean, it's interesting because there are a lot of places in the world where you just never change your last name. Your last name never
Hmm.
changes.
Right.
So like you have your parents' last name forever. Especially and like I know like a lot of Middle Eastern or Islamic countries, your middle name is your father's name and your
Hmm.
last name stays
Yeah.
the same no matter who you marry because it's a like way to show lineage.
Right.
And in Russia, I find it fascinating because is you don't keep your name. When you get married, you change your name, but you feminize your husband's last name.
Oh.
So like
I guess
so
that's what I've seen more of is that they're not changing their name.
yeah, no, in Russia it's not
Yeah.
that. It is a married last name, but
Interesting.
it's a feminization of the married last name.
Mm.
So like everybody talks about the Romanovs and everything.
Yeah.
Anastasia's last name was not Romanov. It was
It's Romanova.
Romanova. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
yes, because she was a woman. So like it's a very yeah, so like the clan, the dynasty were the Romanovs, but her individually, she was not Anastasia Romanov. She was Anastasia Romanova.
Hmm.
So it's fascinating.
Interesting.
It is. It's my favorite weird thing because a lot
Yeah,
of
I'm trying to.
people
I
because a
have
lot
two
of
friends who are Russian, and I wonder if I've forgotten their last
well,
names.
I'm always very curious what happens when Russians immigrate
Hmm.
because it's much more difficult to change your last name in America. You can't just like add the feminine ending
Right.
when you change your name. So I wonder how many um Russian like families in America, like Russian or Ukrainian or Belarusian, anything that uses that Cyrillic alphabet, how many um of their uh last names have like truly disappeared in the true sense of them.
Well, it turns out I don't have their last name saved in my contacts. I just have their first
Ah,
name, and
good,
that I
good,
worked
good,
with them
good.
at law firm, so I can't remember their last names. And I know at least one of them doesn't use it on Facebook. She just has her first name, so I don't know.
I'm trying to think. One of my coworkers in, um, like in Kenton, like one of the teachers who
Hmm.
I work with, what is her last name? She was born in, I don't remember if she was born in Russia or Ukraine. I think she was born in Russia. Um, I don't have her last name saved in my phone because I can't spell it. But I do have her email saved so I can find it via her email. But she
Ooh,
was
email.
born there, so I um can almost guarantee that her last name is correct.
Yeah, both
But
of these girls like had just moved here from Russia.
yes, her last name does end in an A, like, but I don't know if her husband, like, what her husband's name is. I actually don't even know if her husband came to America with her. I don't know a lot about this person, so I don't really know why I'm using them as an example.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the awkward Daniel scene. We meet Captain Bronakova, and she is uncomfortably sexually taking Daniel to lunch. Um, and after they get food, they go to meet General Kiselev, who is the Russian
Hmm.
defense minister. And he gets arrested and accused of trying to assassinate Kiselev because the theoretically the American government is behind this assassination attempt. And
Of
Daniel's
course.
like,
Who else would it be?
right. And Daniel's like, here's the thing. I'm here from the American government to talk to you about this because we don't know anything about this
Yeah.
assassination attempt. I don't understand. So they show him a video, and it's Kinsey trying to kill Kislev, but Kinsey is now a Goa'uld. As if he could get worse.
Right. I mean, I don't know, maybe this will make them better. We've befriended some people who had gold, and they've had a change of heart. The rebels.
No, no. We are friends with Chokra. We are friends with Jafar. We have occasionally allied ourselves for the greater good with middle ground, bad but not the worst Goa'uld.
I think we
We
can be
have
friends
never
with you
been
still.
friends with Goa'uld.
I still think we can be friends with you. I'm holding out.
Um, I did find a meme the other day that I was on Reddit and it wouldn't let me save it because I almost sent it to you, but I couldn't download it. And it said, "All I want for Christmas is you." But it was why it was
That's
why
very
you, it
you.
was Lord you, and I was like, ugh. Anyway,
Best to you.
you best to you. So Carter theorizes that when the trust took Kinsey and fled the planet because they were being caught, they were captured by the Goa'uld and given symbiotes and sent to Earth um, to try to compromise the Russian president, President Mykolaiv, to cause discord between Russia and America. Um, because, fun fact, there is something going wrong in the Russian government because Russia and China are preparing for nuclear war. Because
Yay.
someone has convinced them that the US government is completely and wholly under Goa'uld control.
Hmm. Hmm.
Of course,
That's cool.
if nuclear war were to go on, as we know, um, no one would survive. That's that's not
Yeah. I
really how
mean,
that.
same today.
Well, no, I'm
If we end up
saying.
in nuclear war,
Oh
no
no,
one
I'm
leaves.
saying we know that the only reason no country has actually started a nuclear war is because no one will survive if we actually start
Right.
a nuclear war.
Correct.
Um, but that's the goal's whole plan because if Earth is annihilated and there's no more people left, then nothing can stop them from getting to ancient outposts in Antarctica and getting ancient technology back under their control.
Sure.
Because who needs
Sure.
people? Who needs Earth?
No, we don't need those. Yeah.
Um, so Varnikova takes Jackson to interrogate Kinsey, the Goa'uld, and learns that he is um, working for the System Lords against Baal. Um, though later we do find out that actually he was working for Baal
Right.
to take down the Trust. He was like a triple agent or something. I don't even fucking know at this
Very
point.
convoluted. Yeah.
Yeah. But the Russian troops interrupt, and Daniel beams Kinsey out to the Prometheus. Um, and Kinsey laughs because he says, "You just kidnapped me and took me to space. And they know I'm a Goa'uld. So you just proved that the US government is in fact working with the Goa'uld. Haha, sucker." Um, but our friends on Earth are doing more research to figure out
Right.
what's really going on because Kinsey has not been in Russia long enough to have caused this whole breakdown. And they determine that Russian Defense Minister Kislev is also a Goa'uld
Also a cult.
because he hasn't been wearing his glasses for a year.
That is okay. This is where I get it. I understand. But this whole scene, I was like, how many times are you going to tell me this? One. And
Fair.
can we move past it? Like I would have bought it. I didn't need you to explain it to me fully. You could have said
Here's the
he
thing.
doesn't he's not wearing glasses, he always has, so we know he's gold. And everyone go, we've got him. And
Here's
I
the
was
thing.
like, yes.
Here's why we couldn't do that.
Mhm.
And it's not real. It is, but it's
Cool.
not. This is why we couldn't do that.
Mhm.
Because Daniel Jackson chooses when to need glasses and when not to so often that if a character just stops wearing their glasses, that can't be enough proof.
Well, no, that's fine. But one person could have given me three sentences that said, we've never seen him without his glasses because he really can't
Because
see and so he
he
can't
has
wear
advanced
like,
stage cataracts, he can't wear contacts, he
yeah,
can't get laser surgery. Yes, we could have
we didn't need a
had
massive
we could
conversation.
have had the conversation that oh God, what is our good Russian, our friend who works
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Japan?
But yes.
Colonel Chekhov. Colonel
Mhm.
Chekhov could have had this conversation with Jack and Sam at the same time and saved us the trouble of having the conversation three
Correct.
times.
Mhm.
That I agree with. The
That's where I got overboard. I'm
okay.
fine with the
I
conversation
was like
in
the
general.
unreasonably long explanation of why it couldn't possibly be any other reason had to
Right.
do more with A, Daniel Jackson, and B, 2005 and the advent of people wearing contacts all the time and like how dare you just assume that someone is took their glasses off because
Yeah.
2005 was a really weird time in our world. Um,
Yeah. No, that's totally fine. I just didn't need it to be three conversations long.
fair. Um, the Trust Elcash appears, starts firing on the Prometheus. Um, Mackenzie assaults his own guards, escapes to the Elcash, and then kills the Goa'uld in the Trust. Um, because, he wasn't even working for them in the first place. But
Right.
don't worry, The Alpesh gets destroyed with
Yeah.
Kinsey still on it, so we're good. No more Kinsey.
I mean, I never believe Stargate until it's like real, real. We've had a lot of
Yeah,
people die.
but no more Kinsey. He's
That's
dead.
amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing
he's
news. That's
dead for
what I
real
love to
now.
hear.
He's dead for real now. Here's the
Perfect.
thing. The notes say it is not known whether Kinsey was on board at the time.
Mm,
Um, the team doesn't know that. But in hindsight and in the trivia for the episode where it says this is Kinsey's last appearance, I know
mm-hmm.
that it means that Kinsey's dead.
Good. I love that.
And
I
I
love
don't
that.
usually like to spoil those kinds of things for you, but fuck Kinsey, man. Like,
Yeah.
and it doesn't really change the plot of the future of the show for him to
No,
never be
like
back.
especially
So,
because he's already been removed from all the places he could make
yeah,
changes. Like, and especially now, like he's not part of the U.S. government. He's no longer part of the trust because he's now a double agent for them. Like, there's nothing left unless they try to make him one of like Ball's right hand man, which would never happen because he's such a new gold, and no one's
yeah.
gonna make that. So like, it makes sense that he's done. There's not really anywhere else for him to go.
Yes. The SGC does call President Mykolaiv and explain what they suspect. Colonel Chekhov vouches for everything Jack is saying. And the episode closes with the revelation that Mykolaiv has, in fact, successfully reeled Kislev in, and nuclear annihilation is averted. All's well that ends well. The Goa'uld are no longer in any of the governments.
Whoop, whoop. As
And
far
that,
as we know, they're not in U.S. and Russian governments.
well, and those are really the only two we care about.
Yeah.
So that is the end of our episode. Um, we have I don't really have any trivia for you guys other than the ones that I've already um
Hmm.
kind of talked about. Um our next SG-1 episode, which obviously we will take a we'll go back to Atlantis first, I think.
Yeah.
I'm 99% sure. I don't have the
Mhm.
schedule in front of me, but 99% sure we go back to Atlantis next week.
Yeah. It
Jesus.
is.
Okay. It's like, what just happened to my computer screen?
Are you freezing up because you got a little laggy?
No, I just opened the internet, and you know how my computer doesn't like when I
Oh,
do
right. You
that at the
can't, you're
same
not allowed
time.
to
I
do
can't
that.
do that unless the internet was already opened when I launched Zoom, then I'm fine. But if I open a new internet, it's the end of
No
the world.
internet.
So yes, we will go back to Atlantis next week. However, the following week, when we come back to um our good friends at Stargate, we have one of the strangest episodes ever.
Okay. I guess that's fine.
Um, it is fairly unrelated to anything we've ever seen.
Sure. Why not? Why
And
not?
it's very strange.
Cool. Cool,
Um,
cool, 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 cool.
there is one very um interesting it is a clip show.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a clip show because we need at least one of those a season.
Sure. But it's a clip show with a new storyline?
Yes.
Okay.
And the guest star that we're going to talk about next week for that episode is kind of a big deal
In
in
the
real
show or like in real
no,
life?
like in real life, and
Okay.
also him being a guest star on this show is a very big deal
Mm.
to some of the actors in this show.
Mm. Star Trek guy.
No,
Really?
no,
Interesting.
it
Okay.
is not.
We've
That's
gone through the Deloises, so there's no more of those
right.
left.
No, and I
So,
will tell you right now, you won't know until I give you all the information about who he is, because what he is famous for does not include his face.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I'm ready.
So that's the very exciting part about it. And when you find out why it's a big deal that he's on the show, it's gonna make you laugh a lot.
Okay.
So that's my hint,
Interesting.
my little teaser for next week.
Yeah. Well, I liked this episode was fine. It wasn't my favorite.
Yeah,
It was kind of a weird way to send Kinsey out, but I'm glad
yeah,
Kinsey left. I kind of wish it would have been done a little bit differently just because he has been such a big part, and then all of a sudden he's like a double agent, then got old and then dead. Like, I don't know,
yeah.
it was kind of a weird trajectory of that.
I do think
Um,
it was a weird the trajectory, but I do also think he was such a big part of the show for so long that the kind of like half-ass firing that he got wasn't really good
well, no,
enough
that wasn't,
closure. Like it
yeah,
wasn't good closure. So while this I feel like was kind of rushed and not necessarily the closure he deserved, it was like a hey, by the way, we never gave you closure, so at least we're gonna like give you something.
yeah. I kind of wish he would have just been like when he went to talk to the trust and try to be a double agent against them, and then they stole him and like blocked all this stuff, that he would have been taken and he would have actually still been working for the trust and then somehow got him killed in
I
the midst of that. Like I think I would have liked that better as ending for
I don't
him.
even, and that's fair, but I don't even mind the him actually being a Gould, working for Ball, double agent, triple agent thing. I just don't like that it's unknown whether he died. Like, I'm like, the whole point
Yeah.
of bringing him back was to give us the closure that we didn't get before. So now giving us another cliffhanger when you know full well you're not going to bring him back is stupid.
Like why did we even do this if you're
Right.
yeah,
And
that's
like,
fair.
I guess it's like we're leaving it open to bring him back, but like, why?
Yeah.
Because like, hold on, because also the actor, I never remember this poor man's name. Talked about him
Isn't it
so
like
long.
Bob or Robert? Bobby?
No, Robert Kinsey is the person.
Mm.
Um,
That's
but
right.
but what is the actor's name?
Mm.
Ronnie Cox. That's his name.
Ronnie.
Um, he was almost 80
Jesus.
when this show. No, almost no. I guess he was only in his 60s. Shit, what year is it now? Yeah, no,
2025.
no, because he.
This was 20 years ago, 21 years ago.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be 90 in 3 years.
Mhm.
So he was
So he
almost
was like 67.
almost he was like 67.
Mhm.
Um, but like I just feel like there was no reason um to not just like let him go. You know what I mean? Like let
Yeah.
it end. Um, what was Ronnie Cox up to in the 2000s? Because obviously like he was a big actor in his day,
Yeah.
but but oh, yeah, you know what? Actually, now that I'm looking at it, can you? I don't like the way his filmography is written on Wikipedia. This is really terrible. I'm gonna go to IMDb because that will be more easy to read. Um, so he, no, there was only one episode. Yeah, because he didn't even, I was like, maybe it's because he started something else, but he didn't. He was only doing like one-off episodes of everything since then. So it's not like he like got another show and couldn't come back. Like, so I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Maybe he was just tired. Maybe he was like, I just want to be a part-time actor. I don't want to do this full-time anymore. I mean, I know that he wasn't in every episode, obviously,
Yeah,
but
but so
like,
this year, like he was this episode was in 2005, but also in 2005, he was in a movie with Snoop Dogg, an
right.
episode of Law and Order SVU, an episode of Medium, and an episode of Desperate Housewives.
Yeah, so he was busy,
Yeah.
but he was just kind of doing one-off stuff. He wasn't trying
Yeah.
to be crazy. No, that's fair.
Except for this movie with Snoop Dogg.
which is perfect.
It's called the LA Riot Spectacular, an equal opportunity offender, surreal, funny, provocative view of the participants and the psychology that fueled the epochal 1992 event, starring Snoop Dogg, Charles Dutton, Emilio Estevez, and George Hamilton.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Did Stu play Rodney King? Like,
No, a man named T.K. Carter played Rodney King. Snoop plays the
okay.
narrator.
I feel like I need to watch this
I feel like
film.
I don't think there's enough drugs in the world for me to watch this, though. Ron
I don't think
Jer
you need drugs. I think
Ron,
you just need to show
Ron
up and then you
Jeremy's
burn
in it.
high.
Ron Jeremy is in it.
This is
Oh.
a wild thing
But
for
so is Eric
brain to me.
Avari, who plays Cartouf, like Shara's dad.
Huh. Okay, okay.
This is a Christopher McDonald, who is the the bad guy from Happy Gilmore, like the other golfer. He's in it.
Shooter McGavin?
Yeah. Jonathan Lipnicki, the little boy from,
Yep.
yep, he's in it.
Mhm.
Like
This is a choice.
I don't,
I'm gonna watch it.
yeah,
I need to know. I
what
need to know
is
what's happened.
this? Yeah, I have so many questions.
Interesting.
It has a 5.0 rating on IMDb. Um,
How many ratings does it have?
741.
Oh my gosh, it's got 7 ratings and 5
Oh no,
stars.
I'm sorry. There's only 6 ratings. It says, oh no, like there's
Okay.
no. There's 741 ratings, only 6 reviews.
Gotcha. So there are 741 people who have said 5 stars. Or
No,
mostly 5 stars.
yeah, yeah.
That is
No,
so
that's the graph. Everyone either gave it 1 or 10.
wild. Oh, 5 stars, like 5 out of 10, not
Yes.
5 stars, like 5 star.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Um, this 10-star review, or 10-star rating, 10 out of 10. The true story of the LA riots has been a tale nobody had the right to tell until now. The producers take a hard and truthful look at the human dynamics and social turmoil that is Los Angeles, then throw in a dark humor that ends up speaking the truth for all of us. No matter what social or ethnic group you are from, you'll feel a twinge of pain, a bit of righteousness, and a healthy amount of sadness at the condition we all share apathy mixed with fear. I watched this film with an active duty veteran policeman from LAPD, and he reminded me of one of those bobblehead dolls you see in people's back windshield shields. He had a perpetual smile on his face, but his head was either swinging side to side or bobbing up and down. Even when Snoop Dogg starts chanting, fuck the police, it's easy to understand his and Manny Angelino's frustration at the huge barrier in communication that divides LA government and its people. The film speaks to that frustration and keeps the questions alive.
What are,
That sounded like an NBC News documentaries review.
yeah.
Um, but this 4-star review, only the it's weak and obvious with only modest production values, a ham-handed script, and labored humors. If the director and writer were sophomores in high school, I'd give them very high marks, but they're not. There are some good actors here, although it's a challenge to see that. So what's wrong with it? Satire is supposed to give the viewer a dose of reality and then, with subtlety and taste, twist it. This movie takes the most obvious idea and walks with it. Oh, so slowly. You get it? You get it. But it just keeps going. It's like any of the thousands of bad Saturday Night Live skits where in the first 20 seconds all comedic juice has been squeezed out of that lemon. But no, you've got another 10 minutes and then a commercial. I suggest that if you get it for free, for God's sakes, don't spend any money on it. You watch it long enough to figure out that it's not worth the time you spent. After, you'll wonder why you wasted that half hour of your life.
Wow.
So obviously we have to watch this movie. Like
Correct. That's what I heard you say. That is the words I heard about it about.
yeah. Wow. all that to figure out why Kinsey got kicked off the show.
Yeah. And we didn't get an answer. We
No.
just know what he did other than the show
Yeah, we
now.
just we just know that there is something that exists that we had never heard of before and
Which
don't
is
know.
shocking because I feel like I know a good bit about Snoop Dogg.
I know.
Like,
I'm I'm perplexed that Snoop Dogg was the narrator in a movie that I didn't even know existed.
right? Mm-mm.
Um, but on that lovely note, who do you want to punch?
I mean, Kenzie, it's my last chance.
It's your last chance.
Yeah. I didn't care if anybody was worse. That's my last chance to punch him, so I'm gonna punch him.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm writing the title of the
The LA
episode.
riot? Oh, of our
Oh,
episode.
of our episode, I'm calling it. I feel like I know a fair bit about Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I do. I feel like do. I do know a lot about it.
Um, I knew you would pick Kinsey, so I picked Jack. Just because Jack, I love him very much. And you don't, and he obviously has some PTSD based bias in his look at other governments, and I understand that,
Mhm.
and I know that he has some faced some things and seen some things, but occasionally the Cold War comes out of him real hard. And we just have to remember that that ended 20 years ago and we need to be over it, Jack. Because he says some
Yes.
really insane shit about Russia in this episode.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's fair.
yeah. Um, I mean, I guess in 2025 you can say insane shit about Russia, and in 1985 you can say insane shit about Russia, but I feel like in 2005 you can't say insane shit
We were
about
trying
Russia.
to be chill. Like we were trying to be
Right.
chill then.
Um, who is your MVP?
I'm gonna go with what does it say? General Chekhov.
That was my first pick too.
Yeah, I feel like he really like. I mean, he was a very like reasonable bridge. It's like that's why you're the like that's why you're the
Correct.
bridge we have because like
Yes.
you obviously you're Russian. Obviously you prefer your country. You want to take up your country, but you also are reasonable enough to be like, no, we have to work together or the whole world ends. Like
Right. And
I
you
know that I've worked with these people and
yeah.
you like.
And you got to see that he and Jack have developed a relationship over the time he's been in the SGC. And obviously we don't get to see him often. And we
Yeah,
know when he first got there, Jack was like super like fuck the Russians, but like they've clearly developed an ability to speak to each other, like and to like for Jack to be his commanding officer, and like I really appreciated that.
yeah.
But because you picked Chekhov, I'm going to pick Daniel. Um,
He would have been my second choice.
he he wasn't the best, he wasn't the smartest. He did do some pretty dumb things, but he didn't try to hit on the girl that clearly had sexual tension with him, which is like honestly
One win.
ten points for Daniel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he figured out Kinsey's shtick, and like his the actual interrogation scene with him was very
Hmm.
well done and like very unemotional, which is not usually
Yeah,
Daniel's way of handling things. So I did appreciate
yeah.
that.
I
So
thought he was, yeah, I thought he was very like also a pretty even kill, um, and was good in his role of being sent over there as well. So
yeah,
I
he got kidnapped by the Russian defense minister who was actually a Goa'uld and still like didn't panic. So
yeah.
pretty solid.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that is our episode. Um if you have in fact watched the LA Riot Spectacular, please for the love of God tell
Oh my
us.
God, tell me
Um
everything.
everything. Um if you know who my secret guest star that I won't tell Courtney about is, you can also write in because that it's very exciting. Um, but if you have any other questions or concerns, you can always email us at deathandaliens@gmail.com or follow us on any of the social media at Death and Aliens. You can follow me everywhere at ENKAY_superstar,
And you can find me at CE Cloud 13.
and we will see you on Thursday. Bye.
Bye.